OMG, you guys, so there are, like, these 3 billy goat gruffs, and they, like, totally have to cross this, like, totally shady bridge to, like, get to the other side of the river where the grass is, like, so much better. It's, like, a whole vibe. But under the bridge, there is, like, a total troll who is, like, so mean and, like, so over people crossing his bridge. It was, like, a total disaster. The first goat, who is, like, so tiny, is all, I, like, have to get to the other side. He, like, totally tiptoes across the bridge. But the troll, who is, like, so not chill, hears him. He's all, OMG, who is, like, walking on my bridge? The little goat is, like, so scared and is all, like, it's just, like, me. I'm, like, so tiny. My, like, bigger brother is coming soon. He's, like, so much bigger. The troll, who is, like, so lazy, is all, like, fine, go. It was, like, a total relief. The second goat, who is, like, so much bigger, is all, I, like, have to get to the other side. He, like, totally walks across the bridge. And the troll, who is, like, so annoyed, hears him. He's all, OMG, he's, like, walking on my bridge. The second goat is, like, so freaked out and is all, like, it's just, like, me. I'm, like, so much bigger. But, like, my even bigger brother is coming soon. He's, like, so much bigger than me. The troll, who is, like, so over this, is all, like, fine, go. It was, like, a whole vibe. The third goat, who is, like, so huge and, like, so into working out, is all, I, like, have to get to the other side. He, like, totally stomps across the bridge, and the troll, who is, like, so mad now, hears him. He's all, OMG, who is, like, walking on my bridge? The third goat is, like, so not scared and is all, like, it's, like, me. And the troll is all, I'm, like, so gonna eat you. But the third goat is, like, so brave. He's all, like, as if I, like, will literally not let you eat me. The troll, who is, like, so ready to fight, is, like, so surprised. The third goat, who is like, a total legend, literally, like, charges at the troll and, like, totally gets him with his horns. The troll, who is, like, so not a fan of this, falls off the bridge and, like, literally disappears into the water. It was, like, a total mic drop. The third goat, who is, like, so proud of himself, crosses the bridge and, like, meets his brothers. They, like, totally live happily ever after on the other side of the bridge with, like, all the good grass. The end. It was, like, a total win. OMG, like, for sure, dude. Remember to totally keep 43 meters weird, you know? Like, OMG, you guys. So there's, like, this princess, and she's, like, so pretty. Her favorite toy is, like, this gold ball, and she, like, literally plays with it all the time. She, like, loves to hang out by this, like, totally shady well in the forest. It was, like, her total happy place. One day, she, like, totally throws her gold ball into the air, and it, like, literally falls into the well. She's, like, so sad, and she, like, starts crying. But then, like, out of nowhere, this, like, frog shows up, and he's like, oh, OMG, why are you, like, so sad? The princess is all, I, like, totally lost my gold ball in the well. The frog is all, like, I can, like, totally get it for you, but, like, what will you give me? The princess, who is, like, a total airhead, is all, like, whatever you want. My jewels, my crown. The frog is all, like, as if. I, like, totally want you to, like, hang out with me and, like, eat with me and, like, sleep on your pillow. The princess, who is, like, so desperate, is all, for sure, like, whatever. But she, like, totally lies because, like, who would hang out with a frog? So the frog, who is, like, so not a good swimmer, gets her gold ball. The princess is, like, so happy. She grabs her ball and, like, literally runs away. The frog, who is, like, so not a fan of this, is all, hey, like, wait, you, like, totally promised. But she, like, totally ghosts them. It was, like, a total disaster. The next day, the princess is, like, sitting with her dad, the king, and they, like, totally hear a knock on the door. The king is all, like, who is that? And the princess is all like, gee, no way. The frog is, like, totally at the door. He's all like, you, like, totally promised. The princess is, like, so embarrassed and is all like, I, like, didn't promise for real. But the king, who is, like, a total sweetheart, is all, sweetie, you, like, totally have to keep your word. So the princess, who is, like, so over it, has to, like, let the frog in. She, like, totally eats from her plate, and she's, like, so grossed out. Then when it's time for bed, he's like, gee, now I, like, get to sleep on your pillow. The princess is, like, so mad. She grabs him and, like, literally throws him against the wall. She's, like, so done with him. But, like, OMG, when he, like, literally hits the wall, he, like, turns into a super hot prince. And he's all, like, thank you. I like was under a spell. An evil witch who is like a total psycho turned me into a frog. The princess is like so shocked and she's all, for real? The next day the prince, who is like so charming, is like all like, will you like totally marry me? And the princess, who is like so into him now, is all, for sure. And they like totally get married and live happily ever after. The end. It was like a total vibe. Dude, like seriously, if you want a choice QSL for this broadcast, you totally have to send a report to shortwavepirateqsls@gmail.com. That's like plural, QSLs with an S at the end. Or post on the HF Underground, for sure. Like, OMG, you guys, so there's like this shoemaker, and he like literally has no money. He's like so broke. He only has like enough leather for one last pair of shoes. He's like so sad, and he's all, like, I don't know what to do. He like literally cuts the leather and leaves it on his workbench and like goes to bed. It was like a total vibe kill. The next morning, he like totally wakes up and goes to his workbench. I'm like, OMG, there's like a totally finished pair of shoes, and they're like so perfect. He's like so shocked, and he's all, for real? He like totally sells them for like so much money and buys like enough leather for 2 pairs. He like literally cuts the leather and leaves it out again, and like the next morning, OMG, there are like 2 totally finished pairs of shoes. They're like so beautiful, and he like sells them for like even more money. He like totally keeps doing this, and he's like so rich now. It was like a total glow up. One night, he like tells his wife, OMG, we like have to stay up and like totally see who is doing this for us. So they like hide behind the curtain, and like, OMG, when the clock strikes midnight, these 2 like tiny, totally cute elves show up. They're like wearing like raggedy clothes and like literally have no shoes on. They like totally start working, and they're like so fast. They like literally make all the shoes in like no time, and then they like totally disappear. The wife, who is like so grateful, is all, OMG, we like totally have to do something for them. They like literally have no clothes or shoes. So she like makes these like tiny little outfits and like little shoes, and the shoemaker, who is like so into this, is all, for sure. So they like leave the new clothes out instead of the leather. That night, the elves, who are like so shocked, see the clothes and like are so happy. They like totally put them on and like start dancing around, and they like literally sing, OMG, we're like so dressed up and like so cute, we don't have to like be tailors anymore. And then they like literally disappear and never come back. The shoemaker and his wife, who are like so grateful, live like happily ever after. The end. It was like a total vibe. OMG, like for sure, dude. Remember to totally keep 43 meters weird, you know? Like, OMG, you guys. So there's like this totally broke miller, and he like wants to like totally get famous. He's like so into like lying and stuff. So he like literally tells the king, I like totally have this like amazing daughter who can like spin straw into gold. The king, who is like so obsessed with gold, is all, for real, bring her to me, like right now. The king, who is like a total tyrant, takes the girl to this like totally huge room filled with like straw. He's all, OMG, you like have to spin this whole room of straw into gold by like tomorrow morning, or I'm like totally getting rid of you. The girl, who is like so scared, is all, like, no way. I like can't do that. She like totally cries all night. But then like out of nowhere, this like super weird little man shows up. He's like, oh, OMG, why are you like so sad? And she's all, I like totally can't spin straw into gold. The little man is all like, what will you give me if I like totally do it for you? The girl is all like, my necklace. So he like totally does it. He like literally spins all the straw into like the most amazing gold. It was like a whole vibe. When the king, who is like so greedy, sees it, he's like so happy. But then he's all, OMG, you like totally have to do it again, but with like more straw. The girl is like so tired, but she has to do it. The little man, who is like a total stalker, shows up again. He's all like, what will you give me this time? And she's all like, my ring. So he like totally does it again. The king, who is like so obsessed with gold now, is all, OMG, you like have to do it again, but with like even more straw. If you like totally do it, I like will marry you. The girl is like so desperate, and she's all, I like have nothing left to give you. The little man is all like, fine. when you, like, have your first baby, you have to, like, totally give it to me. The girl who is, like, a total mess is all, for sure. So she, like, becomes the queen, and she, like, has a baby. The little man who is, like, so creepy shows up and is all, OMG. You, like, totally have to, like, give me the baby. The queen who is, like, so not a fan of this is all, like, no way. The little man is all, like, fine. You have, like, 3 days to, like, totally guess my name. If you, like, get it right, I'll, like, let you keep the baby. The queen who is, like, so stressed is, like, trying to guess every single name. But, like, nothing works. She sends a messenger who is, like, so good at his job to, like, find out his name. The messenger, like, totally finds the little man dancing around a fire, and he's like, oh, tonight I'll, like, totally get the baby. And no one will, like, ever know my name. It's like Rumpelstiltskin. The queen, who is, like, so happy, is, like, so ready for him. The little man, who is, like, so confident, shows up and is all, so, like, what's my name? And she's all, like, is it, like, Rumpelstiltskin? The little man, who is, like, so mad, is all, gee, no way. And he, like, literally stomped his foot so hard that he, like, goes through the floor. It was, like, a total disaster. The end. Dude. Like, seriously, if you want a choice QSL for this broadcast, you totally have to send a report to shortwavepirateqslist@gmail.com. That's, like, plural, QSLs with an S at the end. Or, post on the HF Underground. For sure. Like, OMG, you guys. So there's, like, this king and queen, and they, like, literally have no kids. They, like, totally want a baby so bad. So they're, like, so happy when the queen, like, has a little princess, and she's, like, so cute. They, like, throw this, like, totally amazing christening party. They, like, totally invite all the fairies to be godmothers, and they all, like, give her the most epic gifts. One fairy is all, like, I totally give her beauty, and another is all, I, like, totally give her a good personality. It was, like, a total vibe. But then, like, out of nowhere, this, like, totally evil fairy shows up. She's, like, so mad because they, like, didn't invite her. She's like, like, I'm gonna give a gift, too. She, like, totally curses the princess and is all, on her 16th birthday, she's, like, gonna prick her finger on a spindle and, like, totally die. It was, like, a total mood kill. But then, like, OMG, one of the good fairies who, like, totally hadn't given her gift yet, is all, like, I can't undo the spell, but I can, like, totally change it. She, like, won't die, but she'll, like, totally fall asleep for 100 years. And, like, the whole kingdom will, like, sleep with her. It was, like, a total genius move. The king, who is, like, so not a fan of murder, is all, we, like, have to get rid of all the spinning wheels. So he, like, literally orders everyone to burn all of them. It was, like, a whole thing. The years go by, and the princess, who is, like, so pretty, is, like, a total social butterfly. Her 16th birthday comes, and everyone is, like, so worried. But, like, the princess, who is, like, so curious, wanders into this, like, totally old tower that she, like, has never seen before. She goes in, and there's, like, this old woman, and she's, like, so busy spinning. The princess is like, gee, what is that? And the woman is like, it's like a spinning wheel. The princess, who is, like, so clueless, touches it and, like, totally pricks her finger. And she, like, literally falls asleep. It was, like, a total disaster. And, like, the whole kingdom, who is, like, so not ready for a nap, falls asleep with her. The king and queen, the servants, even the dogs. A giant, like, hedge of roses and thorns, like, totally grows up around the castle so no one can, like, get in. It was, like, a total fortress. Like, 100 years later, this, like, super hot prince comes riding by. He, like, totally hears the story and is like, I'm, like, so gonna find her. He, like, literally cuts his way through all the thorns and, like, OMG, he finds the castle. Everyone is, like, so asleep. It's, like, so quiet. He, like, finds the princess and is, like, so into her. He, like, totally gives her a kiss and, like, OMG, she wakes up. And, like, everyone wakes up, too. The dogs are, like, totally barking, and the king is, like, so happy. And the prince is all, OMG, will you, like, totally marry me? And she's all, for sure. And they, like, totally live happily ever after. The end. It was, like, a total vibe. OMG, like, for sure, dude. Remember to totally keep 43 meters weird, you know? Like, OMG, you guys. So there's, like, this, like couple who lives next door to this, like, totally creepy witch. She, like, totally lives in this, like, fenced-in garden, and no one, like, ever goes there. But the wife, she, like, totally sees this, like, amazing rampion, which is like a salad green growing in the witch's garden, and she like literally needs to have it. She's like pregnant, and her cravings are like so intense. She's like, I'll like die if I don't get that rampion. Her husband, who is like a total sweetheart, but also like a total pushover, is all, OMG, babe, I'll like get it for you. So he like totally sneaks into the garden, but like the witch, who's like so not chill, catches him. She's like this scary old hag, and she's all, OMG, you like totally stole my greens. This is like so not okay. The husband, who is like so freaked out, is all, please, I like totally just want it for my wife. She's pregnant. The witch, who is like a total master of manipulation, is all, like fine. You can like have the rampion, but you have to like give me your firstborn baby. For real. The husband, who is like so not a good negotiator, is all like, for sure, whatever, deal. And he like totally agrees to this. It was like the worst trade ever. So like when the baby is born, the witch, who is like so rude, just shows up and takes her. She names her Rapunzel, and she's like this like totally cute little girl with like the most amazing golden hair. But the witch is like so over having to like parent. So when Rapunzel turns 12, she like literally locks her in this like super tall tower. It's like so isolated, and there's like no door, no stairs, just like a single window. It's like a total vibe kill. Years go by, and Rapunzel's hair, which is like so extra, just like gets longer and longer. It's like 20 feet long and like totally gold. The witch, when she like wants to go up, is all, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, like let down your hair. And Rapunzel, who is like so polite, totally does it. And the witch, who is like so heavy, climbs up. One day, a prince, who is like a total hottie on a white horse, is riding by. He like totally hears this like amazing singing coming from the tower. He's like, OMG, who is that? He like totally sees the witch and figures out her secret. He waits until she like totally leaves, and then he like totally does the Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair thing. Rapunzel, who is like so lonely, is like so excited to see him. They like totally become an item. He brings her like gifts, and like they like totally fall in love. She's like so over being in the tower. So she's all, can you like bring me a bunch of like silk threads so I can like totally weave a ladder and like escape? And he's all, for sure. But like one day she like totally like spills the tea to the witch. She's all, OMG, I was like just thinking, why are you like so much heavier to pull up than the prince? The witch, who is like a total psychopath, is like so furious. She's all, OMG, what? You like totally have a boy in here? She like literally takes a pair of scissors and like chops off all of Rapunzel's amazing iconic hair. And then she like totally banishes her to a desert where she like has to live all alone. Then like the witch, who's like so evil, waits for the prince to come back. When he's like, all Rapunzel, Rapunzel, like let down your hair. The witch, who is like so not graceful, drops the severed braid down. The prince, who is like so confused, climbs up, and the witch is all, OMG, your little bird like flew away. You're like never gonna see her again. And then she like totally pushes him out of the tower. She like falls into some thorny bushes and like totally goes blind. It's like the worst. The prince, who is like so sad, wanders around for years. He like totally hears Rapunzel singing, and he finds her and their twin babies she had. Her tears, which are like so magical, fall onto his eyes and like totally heal him. It was like a whole miracle. They like totally go back to his kingdom and live like happily ever after. The end. Like, OMG, you guys. So there's this like girl, Goldilocks. She has like this totally extra super blonde hair, which is like her entire brand. She's like walking through the forest one day, and it's like so boring. She's like scrolling on her phone, and she like totally gets lost. But then, like, out of nowhere, she sees this, like, totally cute cottage, and she's all, OMG, I, like, have to see what this is about. She, like, walks up to the door, and, like, it's, like, totally open. Like, who leaves their door open? It's, like, so not safe. But whatever. She totally goes in, and, like, OMG, on the table, there are, like, 3 bowls of porridge, like, for real. So she's like, I, like, have to try this? She tries the first bowl, which is, like, huge, and she's all, ew, like, this is so hot. So she, like, totally tries the next one, which is, like, medium-sized, and she's all, ugh, like, this is so cold. So she, like, totally tries the last one, which is, like, so cute and small, and she's all, OMG, this is, like, so perfect. And she, like, eats the whole thing. Then she's like, I'm like so tired now. So she like looks around and sees like 3 chairs. The first one is like super big. She like tries to sit on it and she's all, ugh, like this is so hard. So she like totally tries the next one, which is like medium size. And she's all, ew, like this is so soft. So she like totally tries the last one, which is like so cute and small. And she's all, OMG, this is like so perfect. But then like the chair totally like breaks. It was like a total disaster. After the chair debacle, she's like so ready for a nap. She like goes upstairs and like, OMG, there are like 3 beds. The first one is like ginormous. She like tries to lie on it and she's all, ew, like this is so hard. So she like totally tries the next one, which is like medium size. And she's all, like this is so soft. So she like totally tries the last one, which is like so cute and small. And she's all, OMG, this is like so perfect. And she like falls asleep. Meanwhile, the like totally adorable bear family comes home. There's Papa Bear, who is like so big and scary. There's Mama Bear, who is like so sweet. And then there's Baby Bear, who is like the cutest thing ever. They walk in and Papa Bear is all like, who has been like eating my porridge? Porridge. And Mama Bear is all like, who has been eating my porridge? And Baby Bear is all, OMG, like someone ate all of my porridge. Then they look at their chairs. Papa Bear is all like, who has been sitting in my chair? And Mama Bear is all like, who has been sitting in my chair? And Baby Bear is all, OMG, like someone sat in my chair and like totally broke it. It was like so dramatic. They like totally go upstairs and Papa Bear is all like, who has been sleeping in my bed? And Mama Bear is all like, who has been sleeping in my bed? And Baby Bear is all, OMG, like someone has been sleeping in my bed and like she's still here. Goldilocks, who is like so not a deep sleeper, wakes up and sees the 3 bears standing there. She's like so scared. She like totally screams and runs away. She like never goes back to the woods again. It was like a total lesson learned. The end? OMG, like for sure, dude. Remember to totally keep 43 meters here, you know? Like, OMG, you guys. So there's this boy named Jack, and he like literally lives in the most basic cottage with his mom. He is like a total drama queen, and they are like so poor they can't even like order a smoothie. Their last hope is like this totally old cow named Bessie, who is like their only source of milk. But like whatever, they decide they have to sell her. One day Jack's mom is all, sweetie, can you like take Bessie to the market and sell her so we don't like starve? And Jack is all, Mom, do I have to? But like, whatever. He totally doesn't because like, what choice does he have? So he's like walking to the market with Bessie, who is like so over it, when this like totally sketchy dude comes up to him. He's like wearing like the weirdest clothes. He's all, hey, I like totally have these magic beans. I'll trade them for your cow. Jack, who is like so clueless, is all, for sure. And he like takes the beans and gives the dude their last cow. It was like a totally bad deal. When he gets home, his mom is like so mad. She's all, OMG, Jack, you like totally traded our last cow for some stupid beans. And she like literally throws the beans out the window. It was like a total mood. Jack is like so upset and goes to bed without like any dinner. But then the next morning he wakes up and looks out the window and like, there is this like gigantic, totally massive beanstalk that grew overnight. It's like so tall, it goes all the way up into the clouds. Jack is like totally in awe. And he's all, I like have to climb this. And his mom is all, like, no way. But like whatever, he totally ignores her and starts climbing. He climbs and climbs and it's like so exhausting, but he like finally gets to the top. When he gets to the top, he finds this like totally amazing castle, and it's like literally floating on a cloud. He like totally sneaks in, and like he sees this like ginormous woman. She's the giant's wife, and she's like so sad. Jack, who is like so not a good thief, tells her his whole life story. The giant's wife, who is like surprisingly chill, is all, like my husband is like a total monster. You have to hide. And she like hides him in the oven. Then like, OMG, the giant comes home. He's like so huge and like so scary. And he's all, feast my folks bum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. The wife, who like totally has his back, is all, like, no you don't. You're just like imagining things. You're like so hungry, you need to eat. The giant, who is like a total slob, eats his dinner, and then like pulls out this bag of gold coins. He starts counting them, and then like he falls asleep. Jack, who is like so brave, totally grabs the bag and like makes a run for it. He climbs down the beanstalk so fast, and he's like so relieved. When he gets back down, his mom is all, OMG, you like literally saved us. And they live like happily ever after, right? No, Jack is like so bored. He like totally decides to go back up again. This time, he gets the wife to hide him again. And the giant, who's like so annoying, says the same thing. But this time, he like picks out a hen that lays golden eggs. Like, OMG. Jack, who is like a total legend, waits for the giant to fall asleep, grabs the hen, and like totally runs away again. But like he's like so not done. He decides to like go back up one more time. He gets to the castle, and the giant's wife, who is like so over it, hides him again. The giant comes home, and this time he like has a magic harp. The harp is like a total star, plays the most beautiful music. But then like the harp is all, master, there's like a boy hiding here. Jack, who is like so busted, grabs the harp, and the giant, who is like so mad, starts chasing him. Jack like totally climbs down the beanstalk, and the giant is like so close behind him. When he gets to the bottom, he's all, Mom, like grab the axe. His mom, who is like so on it, gets the axe, and Jack, who is like a total boss, chops down the beanstalk. And like the giant, who is like so not graceful, falls and like totally disappears. And they like literally live happily ever after with all their riches. And it's like total win. Like, OMG, you guys. So there's like this girl, and she's like totally named Cinderella, but her step family, who are like the actual worst, calls her that because she like literally has to sit in the cinders all day. Her stepmom is like a total bully, and her stepsisters are like so basic and so rude. They like literally make her do all the chores, and like she gets no credit for like anything. It's like a total vibe still. This iconic thing happens. A total invitation to a royal ball, for real, shows up. The prince, who is like a total hottie, is like looking for a wife. The stepsisters are like so excited. They are like so rude and mean to Cinderella, and they are like, OMG, you like can't go. You have like nothing to wear. It was like total disaster. Cinderella, who is like so sad, sits in the ashes and like totally cries. But then like out of nowhere, her fairy godmother, who is like a total icon, shows up. She's all, OMG, sweetie, like why are you crying? And Cinderella is like so sad, and she's all, I like totally can't go to the ball. The fairy godmother, who is like a total team, says, all like this, I'm like so going to fix this. She like literally turns a pumpkin into a carriage and like some mice into horses. And then like, OMG, she makes a total fashion treatment. She like makes this amazing, iconic ball gown out of a ragged dress and like gives her glass slippers. She's all, OMG, sweetie, you like have to be home by midnight or like it's all gonna turn back to normal. And Cinderella is all, of course. So she like totally goes to the ball, and she's like the most beautiful girl there. Everyone is like, OMG, who is that? The prince, who's like so mesmerized, is like, I like have to dance with her. He like totally asks her to dance, and they like totally fall in love. It was like a full fairy tale moment. But then like, OMG, the clock starts to like literally strike midnight, and Cinderella is like so freaked out. She like runs away, and she like totally loses one of her glass slippers. She like totally gets home right as her magical clothes turn back to rags. The prince, who is like so sad, finds the glass slipper. He's like so determined to find her. He is all, I'm like so going to find the girl who like fits in this shoe. He goes to like every house in the kingdom. He gets to Cinderella's house, and the stepsisters are like so desperate to get the shoe on. They like literally cut off their toes and heels. It was like a total nightmare. But like the prince is all, like, no way. What about the other girl? She sees Cinderella, and she's like so pretty. She like totally tries on the shoe, and it's like a perfect fit. And the prince is all, OMG, it's like you. And they like totally get married and live like happily ever after. The end. It was like a whole vibe. Dude, like seriously, if you want a choice QSL for this broadcast, you totally have to send a report to shortwavepirateqsls@gmail.com. That's like plural, QSLs with an S at the end. Or stuff, post on the HF Underground. For sure. Like, OMG, you guys. So there's like this super cute boy named Aladdin, and he like literally lives in this like totally ancient city. He's like so poor, and he like has to like totally steal food to like survive. But he's like so charming and like so clever. He's always like getting into trouble with the guards, but he like always gets away. It's like a whole thing. One day he like totally sees this like gorgeous girl in the marketplace, and he's so into her. OMG, she's like actually the Princess Jasmine, and she's like totally trying to get away from the palace for a day. They like totally hit it off, but like the guards, who are like so annoying, totally catch him, and he's like thrown in jail. It was like a total disaster. Meanwhile, this like super sketchy guy named Jafar, who is like the Sultan's vizier and is like a total psycho, is like looking for someone to like find him a magical lamp from this like super creepy cave. He like totally sees Aladdin and is all, OMG, he like totally has to get it for me. So Jafar, who is like so good at being evil, pretends to be this like old dude and gets Aladdin out of jail. Jafar is all like, I like totally need you to get this lamp from the Cave of Wonders. Just like don't touch anything else. Aladdin, who's like so naive, is all, for sure. He like totally goes in, and it's like this like amazing cave filled with like so much treasure, but he like totally has to like just get the lamp. When he like gets it, his little monkey Abu, who is like so not a good listener, touches a Rudy, and like OMG, the cave starts to like totally fall apart. Aladdin like totally gets trapped. He like rubs the lamp to like clean it, and like out comes this like ginormous genie. The genie, who is like a total personality, is all, OMG, you like totally freed me. You like get 3 wishes. Aladdin is like so shocked. He like totally tricks the genie into getting him out of the cave without like even using a wish. His first wish, naturally, is to be a prince so he can like totally see Princess Jasmine. The genie, who is like a total stylist, makes him this like amazing outfit and like a whole parade. Aladdin, who is like now Prince Ali, goes to the palace to like totally win over Jasmine. But she's like so over it, and she's all, like another prince? No way. But then like Aladdin, who is like so charming, takes her on a like magic carpet ride, and she like totally falls for him. But Jafar, who is like so evil, figures out that Prince Ali is like actually Aladdin. He like totally steals the lamp and wishes to be the Sultan. And then he like totally wishes to be the most powerful sorcerer in the world. It was like a total disaster. Aladdin, who is like a total hero, comes back and like so not gives up. He like totally uses his cleverness and tricks Jafar into wishing to be a genie. And like OMG, Jafar gets like totally sucked into a lamp. It was like a total power move. Aladdin, who is like so ready to be with Jasmine, uses his last wish to like totally free the genie. And the Sultan, who is like so grateful, is all, OMG, I like totally changed my mind. You can like marry my daughter, even though you're like not a prince. And they like totally get married and live happily ever after. Yeah. Like OMG, you guys. So there's like this like totally gorgeous princess named Snow White. She has like hair as black as like a total dark night, lips as red as like a perfect lipstick, and skin as white as like the whitest highlighter. She's like living with her stepmom, the queen, who is like a total narcissist and is like obsessed with being the prettiest. She has this like magic mirror, and she like literally talks to it every day. She's all, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is like the fairest of them all. And the mirror, who like never lies, is all, like, you are queen. And the queen is like so happy. But like one day the mirror is all like, sorry to be a downer, but Snow White is like now the fairy. The queen, who is like a total psychopath, is like so furious. She's all, OMG, no way. So she like calls her huntsman, who is like so not a good dude. She's all, take Snow White into the forest and like totally get rid of her. And like bring me their heart so I know you like actually did it. It was like a total vibe kill. The huntsman, who is like so not into murder, takes Snow White into the woods. She's like so innocent and like totally clueless. She's like, why are we like so far from home? And the huntsman, who is like so not a killer, tells her to like run away and never come back. He like totally lets her go and brings the queen a pig's heart instead. Snow White is like so scared and runs through the forest for like ever. She finally sees this like adorable tiny cottage. She's like, OMG, I like have to see who lives here. she goes inside, and it's, like, so messy. She's like, this is a total disaster. She, like, totally cleans the whole place and, like, falls asleep in one of the 7, like, tiny beds. When the 7 dwarfs, who are, like, so cute and, like, totally minors, come home, they're like, OMG, who has been in our house? They, like, totally find Snow White and are like, for real. She, like, tells them her whole story, and they're, like, so into it. They're all, you can, like, totally stay with us, but you have to, like, promise to never, ever, ever, like, open the door to anyone. She's all, for sure. The queen, who is, like, so not over it, asks her mirror again, who is, like, the fairest of them all? The mirror is all like, sorry, but Snow White is, like, still the fairest. She's, like, living with 7, like, totally cute dwarfs. The queen is, like, so mad, she, like, literally turns into a witch. She, like, tries to get Snow White 3 times. First, she's, like, a crazy old lady selling, like, the tightest corset ever. The dwarfs, like, totally... Then she tries a poison comb, but they, like, totally save her again. When she's, like, so done with it, she brings a poison apple. She's all, it's, like, totally a magical wishing apple. And Snow White, who's, like, so naive, takes a bite, and, like, she totally, like, falls down and looks, like, dead. The dwarfs are, like, so sad. They, like, make her a glass coffin because she's, like, so beautiful. They, like, can't stand to bury her. They're, like, watching over her for, like, ever. But then, like, a total prince on a white horse comes by. He, like, sees her and is, like, so into her. He's like, OMG, she's, like, the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. And as they're, like, carrying her coffin, he, like, totally trips. And the piece of apple, like, literally falls out of her throat. And she, like, totally wakes up. And the prince is all, OMG, you're, like, alive, marry me. And she's all, for sure. And they, like, totally live happily ever after. And the queen, who is, like, so jealous, like, wear hot iron shoes and, like, dance until she, like, literally drops. It was, like, a whole vibe. The end. Like, OMG, you guys. So there's, like, this emperor, and he's, like, totally obsessed with clothes. Like, for real. He, like, literally spends all his money on, like, the latest fashion trends and, like, new outfits. He, like, totally has a new outfit for every single hour of the day. It's, like, so extra. One day, like, these 2, like, shady dudes show up. They're, like, totally not giving off good vibes. They're, like, all, like, we are, like, the best tailors ever. We, like, totally have this new, like, magical fabric. It's, like, so special that only, like, super smart people can, like, actually see it. Everyone else who is, like, a total dummy can't see it. The emperor, who is, like, so not a total genius, is all, OMG, I, like, totally have to have that. It's, like, a whole vibe, and I, like, totally want to know who's, like, a total idiot in my kingdom. So he, like, totally gives the fake tailors a bunch of money and, like, promises to give them more. The tailors, who are, like, so not doing anything, just, like, pretend to be working, they, like, literally have nothing on their looms. But everyone is, like, so scared to, like, admit they can't see the fabric. The emperor, who is, like, so clueless, sends his, like, most trusted officials to, like, check on the progress. But they, like, totally can't see it. But they, like, pretend they can and are all, OMG, it's, like, the most beautiful fabric we have, like, ever seen. It was, like, a total mess. Finally, the emperor, who is, like, so impatient, goes to, like, check it out himself. He, like, literally sees nothing. He's all, like, I, like, totally see nothing. But then he's all, OMG, am I, like, a total dummy? No way. So he, like, pretends he sees it, too. He's all, it's, like, so beautiful. I, like, totally have to have a parade and, like, show it off to everyone. The tailors, who are, like, so not good at being tailors, pretend to put on his new outfit. They're like, oh, this is, like, the most perfect outfit ever. And it's, like, so light. The emperor, who is, like, totally wearing nothing, is, like, so proud. He, like, literally walks in the parade with, like, no clothes on. The whole kingdom, who is, like, so not a fan of this, sees him. They're, like, so quiet, because, like, they don't want to look like a total idiot. But then, like, out of nowhere, this, like, cute little kid is all, oh, he, like, has no clothes on. And everyone is, like, so shocked. And then, like, everyone starts laughing, and is all, he, like, literally has no clothes on. It was, like, a total mic drop. The emperor, who is, like, so embarrassed, is, like, so humiliated. He's all, like, no way. But, like, whatever, he, like, totally keeps walking in the parade. It was, like, a total disaster. The end. Oh, OMG, like, for sure, dude. Remember to totally keep 43 meters weird, you know? Like, OMG, you guys. So there's, like, this prince, and he's, like, a total hottie, but he's, like, so over being single. He, like, totally wants to find a princess to marry, but, like, she has to be a real princess. He, like, literally travels all over the world, but, like, everyone he meets is, like, a total fake. It was, like, a total disaster. He comes home, and he's, like, so bummed. But then, like, one night, there's, like, this huge thunderstorm. It's, like, so loud, and the rain is, like, literally pouring down. And, like, OMG, someone, like, totally knocks on the palace door. The king, who is, like, so over it, opens the door, and there's, like, this girl standing there. She's, like, so wet and, like, so cold, and her clothes are, like, a total mess. But she's, like, all, I like, totally need a place to stay. I'm, like, a real princess. The queen, who is, like, a total mastermind, is all, like, for real, we'll, like, see about that. She, like, totally pretends to believe her. She takes the girl inside, and she's, like, so sweet to her. But then she goes and, like, gets this little key and, like, puts it at the bottom of a bed. Then she, like, literally puts 20 mattresses and, like, 20 feather comforters on top of it. She's, like, so extra. It was, like, the most uncomfortable bed ever. The next morning, the queen is all, so, like, how did you, like, totally sleep? And the girl is all, like, so not good. It was, like, the worst night ever. I, like, totally had so many bruises, and it felt like there was, like, something so hard in the bed. The queen, who is, like, so smart, is all, OMG, she, like, has to be a real princess. Only a real princess would, like, be so sensitive to a tiny piece. And the prince, who is, like, so happy, is all, you, like, found her, the one. And he, like, totally asks her to marry him, and they, like, totally get married and live, like, happily ever after. The end. It was, like, a total vibe. Like, OMG, you guys. So there are, like, these two brothers, Alibaba and Kasim. Alibaba is, like, so poor and, like, so over it, but Kasim, who is, like, a total snob, is, like, super rich. Alibaba is, like, a woodcutter. And he's, like, totally in the forest one day, just, like, chilling, when he sees, like, a group of 40 dudes on horses. They're, like, totally shady, and they look, like, so intense. He, like, totally climbs a tree so they, like, don't see him. The shady guys, who are, like, totally thieves, stop in front of this, like, giant rock. And their leader, who is, like, the most extra one, is all, like, open sesame. And, like, OMG, the rock, like, literally opens up. It was, like, a total secret door. They go in, and then, like, a few minutes later, they come out. And the leader is all, like, close sesame. And the rock, like, totally closes. It was, like, so crazy. After they, like, totally leave, Alibaba, who is, like, so not a total genius, decides to, like, totally try it. He goes to the rock and is all, open sesame. I'm like, OMG, it, like, totally works. He goes inside, and it's, like, a cave filled with, like, so much gold and jewels. He, like, takes, like, a few bags of gold and, like, totally goes home. It was, like, a total vibe. He, like, tells his wife, and she's all, OMG, no way. They, like, totally need to, like, measure all the gold, so she goes to Kasim's wife to borrow a scale. But Kasim's wife, who is, like, so not trusting, puts, like, a little piece of wax on the scale to see what she's, like, totally measuring. When Alibaba returns the scale, there's, like, a gold coin stuck to it. Kasim, who is, like, so over being poor, is, like, so jealous. He's all, OMG, Alibaba, where did you, like, get this gold? And Alibaba, who is, like, a total sweetheart, tells him everything. It was, like, total mistake. Kasim, who is, like, so greedy, goes to the cave all by himself. He goes in and, like, he's, like, so obsessed with all the gold. He, like, totally forgets the magic words. He's all open, like, barley, open, like, rye, but, like, nothing works. So he's, like, trapped. It was, like, a total disaster. When the thieves, who are, like, so not happy, come back, they, like, totally find him and, like, literally get rid of him. Alibaba, who is, like, so worried, goes to the cave and finds Kasim. He, like, brings him back and gets his, like, super smart servant Morgiana to, like, help. She, like, totally keeps their secret and buries Kasim without anyone, like, knowing. The thieves, who are, like, so mad, figure out someone, like, totally knows their secret. Their leader, who is, like, so evil, goes to the city, and he, like, totally finds Alibaba's house. He, like, makes a plan to, like, get rid of him. He puts his guys in, like, 40 giant jars, but one of them is, like, for oil. He goes to Alibaba's house and is all, OMG, I'm, like, so tired. Can I, like, totally stay the night and, like, store my oil jars here? Alibaba, who is like so nice, is all, for sure. But like Morgiana, who is like a total spy, hears the thieves talking. She like totally realizes what's happening. She like literally pours boiling oil into every jar with a thief. It was like a total genius move. She like literally saves Alibaba's life. The thief leader, who is like so mad, runs away, but he like totally comes back to like get his revenge. He like pretends to be a different person and tries to like kill Alibaba at a party. But Morgiana, who is like so not a fan of murder, figures it out and like literally dances and like totally stabs him with a dagger. It was like a total mic drop. Alibaba is like so grateful. He like totally gives Morgiana her freedom. And he lives like happily ever after with all the riches. The end. It was like a total vibe. Dude. Like, seriously, if you want to choice QSL for this broadcast, you totally have to send a report to shortwavepirateqsl@gmail.com. That's like plural. QSL is with an S at the end. Or, post on the HF Underground. For sure. Like, OMG, you guys. So there's this, like, totally sad family living in, like, the most basic wooden shack ever. And there are these two kids, Hansel and Gretel, and their dad, who is, like, a total pushover, and this stepmom, who is, like, the actual worst. She's, like, so mean, and she's always, like, complaining that they, like, have no money for, like, anything, not even, like, a single venti mocha frappuccino. One day she's all, OMG, we're, like, so poor, we have to, like, ditch the kids in the forest, and the dad is all, like, no way. But she totally, like, convinces him. So Hansel, who is, like, so much smarter than everyone, totally overhears her. He's like, oh, I have to do something. So he, like, sneaks outside and grabs a bunch of, like, totally fat white pebbles. The next morning, the stepmom is like, let's go. We're, like, taking you to the forest to find some berries. And Hansel and Gretel are all, yay. Because, like, they have no idea what's happening. As they walk, Hansel is, like, secretly dropping the pebbles, like, leaving a trail of, like, literal hope. When they get super deep into the woods, the stepmom is all, okay, like, wait here. We'll be, like, right back. And then they, like, totally leave. Hansel and Gretel are, like, so not worried, because Hansel is a total genius. He waits until the moon is, like, out and shining, and then he's all, OMG, Gretel, follow the pebbles. And they, like, totally follow the trail of shiny stones all the way home. The stepmom is, like, so mad when they show up. It was like a total epic fail for her. So she's like, oh, okay, we have to like try this again, but like for real this time. The next day, she makes sure Hansel can't get any more pebbles. But Hansel, being like so resourceful, breaks off a piece of his like totally stale bread and like totally drops crumbs instead. It's like a good idea, but also like a bad idea. They get deep into the woods again, and like the stepmom and dad totally like ghost them again. This time when they look for the crumbs, they're like so gone. The birds, who were like totally not being chill, ate them all. It was like a total disaster. They're like walking around for days and they're like so hungry and scared. Then like they see this like totally extra amazing cottage. But it's not like a regular cottage. It's made of gingerbread, and the windows are like sugar, and the roof is like frosting. OMG, they're like so excited. They start like literally eating the house. It's like the best thing ever. But then like the door opens, and this like really old lady comes out. She's like, oh, you poor dears, you like look so hungry, come on inside. And they're like totally fooled. She feeds them. Like so much amazing food, and they're like, OMG, this is the best. But then the next morning, she, like, shows her true colors. She's, like, a total witch. She locks Hansel in, like, a cage and makes Gretel, like, do all the chores. It's, like, a total nightmare. She's, like, obsessed with, like, fattening up Hansel because she, like, wants to eat him. She's so basic. Every day she's like, Hansel, show me your finger. I want to, like, see if you're getting fat. And Hansel, who is, like, a total legend, holds out a bone he found. The witch, who, like, totally needs glasses, thinks it's his finger and is all, oh, you're, like, still so skinny. Finally, she gets, like, so over it. She's all, whatever, I'm just, like, going to eat him anyway. She makes Gretel, like, fire up the oven. But Gretel, being, like, a total queen, is all, like, I don't know how to, like, check if the oven is hot enough. And the witch, who is, like, so impatient, is, oh, fine, I'll, like, show you. She, like, totally leans into the oven, and Gretel, who's, like, so ready for this, gives her a big push. and like the witch falls right in. It's like so dramatic. Constantly go to escape and find a room filled with like jewels and gold. They stuff their pockets and clothes with like so much money and like totally make their way home. Their stepmom is like totally not there, and their dad is like so happy to see them. And now they're like totally rich and live like happily ever after. It was like a total roller coaster, you know? Like, okay, so there's this girl, right? And she like literally lives in the most basic, totally cute cottage ever, surrounded by like the most extra flowers. Her grandma, who is like a total saint and gives her the best presents, made her this like iconic red velvet hoodie. It's so fetch. So naturally, everyone calls her Little Red Riding Hood. One day her mom is all, OMG, sweetie, your grandma is like so not feeling it. Can you like take her this basket of like totally organic granola and a smoothie? And Red Riding Hood is all, ugh, Mom, do I have to? It's like a whole vibe to be walking through the woods. But, like, whatever. She totally does it for her grandma. So she's, like, walking through the forest, which is, like, kind of scary, but also, like, a good photo op. She's scrolling through her phone, not even paying attention, when this, like, super sketchy dude who is, like, totally giving off bad vibes comes up to her. He's, like, got this really weird smile, and he's all, hey there, like, where are you going? And Red is all, like, to my grandma's house. And he's all, OMG, me too. Like, totally, let's take a shortcut. Red Riding Hood being, like, totally not a genius is all, for sure, let's do it. And so they, like, go their separate ways. She, like, takes the long way because, like, duh, she has to stop and, like, post a selfie with every single flower she sees. Meanwhile, the sketchy dude, who turns out to be a total wolf, takes the shortcut. He gets to Grandma's house and, like, knocks on the door. And Grandma is all, who is it? And he's all, it's like me, Red Riding Hood. And he, like, totally, like, mimics her voice. Grandma, who, like, totally needs her hearing checked, is all, OMG, sweetie, come on in. So the wolf, like, goes in and, like, devours her. Like, literally. Then he puts on her nightgown and, like, gets into her bed. It's so gross. Finally, Red Riding Hood gets to the cottage. She's, like, so over it, and she's all, Grandma, like, I'm here. And she walks in and, like, sees her grandma in bed. But, like, something is totally off. The grandma is, like, giving off some seriously weird energy. Red is all, Grandma, like, what big eyes you have. And the wolf is all, like, all the better to sit you with, my dear. And Red is all, Grandma, like, what big ears you have. And the wolf is all, like, all the better to hear you with, my dear. And Red is, like, starting to freak out. Grandma, like, what big teeth you have. And the wolf is, like, done with her. And he's all, like, all the better to eat you. And he, like, totally, like, tries to eat her. But, like, out of nowhere, this, like, totally hot lumberjack who, like, overheard all the commotion comes in. He's, like, pulling the sweet axe, and he's all, step away from the girl, you basic wolf. And he, like, totally, like, takes out the wolf. It's, like, so dramatic. And then, like, out of the wolf's stomach, totally unscathed, comes Grandma. She's all, OMG, thank you, sweetie. And Red Riding Hood is, like, so relieved. They, like, totally have a moment, and Red is all, like, I'm never talking to a sketchy dude again. And they, like, all live happily ever after. Yeah, it's, like, so crazy, right? OMG, like, for sure, dude. Remember to totally keep 43 meters here, you know? Like, OMG, you guys. So there are, like, these 3 little pigs, and they, like, totally have to go out into the world and, like, make their own way. Their mom, who is, like, a total saint, is all, okay, please, you have to, like, go out there and, like, build your own houses. It's, like, a whole adulting thing. The first pig is, like, so basic. He's all, I'm, like, so over building, I'll just, like, use straw. It's, like, so eco-friendly and, like, totally easy to find. So he, like, literally throws together a house in, like, 5 seconds. It's, like, so cute, but also, like, totally not secure. Then, like, this big bad wolf comes along. He's, like, so not still and is, like, giving off some seriously bad vibes. He knocks on the door and is all, little pig, like, let me come in. And the pig is all, like, no way, not by the hair on my, like, chinny chin chin. And the wolf is, like, so over it, and he's all, then I'll, like, huff, and I'll puff, and I'll, like, totally blow your house down. And he, like, literally huffs and puffs, and the house, like, totally falls apart. It was, like, a total disaster. The first pig, who is, like, so freaked out, runs to his brother's house. The second pig is like a little smarter, but not like a total genius. He's all, I'm like so into like rustic chic right now, I'll just like build my house with sticks. He builds his house, and it's like totally better than the first one. Then like the wolf comes again. He knocks on the door and is all, little pigs, like let me come in. And the pigs are all, like no way. And the wolf, who is like so annoyed, is all, then I'll like huff and I'll puff and I'll like totally blow your house down. And he like literally huffs and puffs, and the house like totally falls all apart. It's a total fail. The two pigs, who are like so scared, run to their brother's house. The third pig, who's like so smart and like so into architecture, builds his house with like bricks. It's like super strong and like so secure. He's like all, you like can't breathe too safe these days. The wolf, who is like so mad now, comes to the brick house. He knocks on the door and is all, little pigs, like let me come in. And the pigs, who are like so not worried, are all, like no way. The wolf, who is like so over it, tries to blow the house down, but it like totally doesn't work. He huffs and puffs, but the house like literally doesn't move. It was like a total power move. So the wolf, who is like a total psycho, tries to trick them. He's all, I know where there's like a field of like totally fresh turnips, I'll like meet you there. But the pig is like so much smarter, and he gets there early. The wolf is like so confused. He tries like another trick with an apple orchard, but the pig is like totally not falling for it. Finally, the wolf is like so done with the game. He climbs onto the roof and is all, I'm like just gonna like go down the chimney. But the pigs, who are like so ready for this, totally put a giant pot of boiling water in the fireplace. The wolf, who is like so not graceful, falls right in. It was like a total epic win for the pigs, and they like live happily ever after. The end. Like, OMG, you guys. So there's like this old dude, Bob, and he's like a total amateur radio operator. He like lives in this like totally basic cottage, and his like entire world is his radio set. He's an 80-meter operator, you know? He like totally wants to like talk to people all over the world, for real, but his like vertical antenna is like so not working. It's like giving him total static and like the worst vibes ever. It was like a total disaster. The thing is, like, his vertical antenna totally needs like radios, which are like these like super important ground wires. They like literally help the signal go out, but Bob, who is like so overdoing extra work, didn't install enough of them. He's like, like who needs like extra wires? It's like so much work. He like just totally ignores them and like goes on with his day. One day he's like so frustrated, he's all, like why can't I like totally get a good signal? And he like literally tries to like force his antenna to get like a super strong signal anyway. He like totally tweaks the knobs on his radio, and the antenna, which is like so not grounded, starts to like literally glow with like static electricity. It was like a total mess. And then like OMG, he decides to hook his transmitter and linear amplifier to the vertical antenna. One of those gnarly style 1 kilowatt Q-bands. The antenna, which is like so not properly grounded, creates like this huge arc of electricity that like literally hits his cottage. And like OMG, his cottage, which is like made of wood and like super dry, catches on fire. It was like a total disaster. He like totally loses everything, for real. Even his bow thing. Total bummer. Bob, who was like so sad, is like so devastated. He like totally realizes that he like messed up. He like literally has to like totally rebuild his house from like the total ground up. But this time he's like so much smarter. He like literally puts in like radio sounding signals like so good. It's a whole new vibe. He like never ever takes a shortcut again and like totally learns his lesson. The end. It was like a total lesson learned. Dude, like seriously, if you want a choice QSL for this broadcast, you totally have to send a report to shortwavepirateqsls@gmail.com. That's like plural, QSLs with an S. Or, first on the HS underground. For sure. OMG, like for sure, dude. Remember to totally keep 43 meters weird, you know?